You think these that I covered last time would be the only ones? Alright, attention, Blumhouse, Legendary, Neon, any other smaller movie studio. The Asylum, you sit this out. I've seen your Thor movie. But we don't have to concede to the notion of superhero fatigue. A good movie will be enjoyed by anyone, no matter the genre. And so let this be another sampling of public domain comic heroes with movie potential, which means there are no owners of the properties to pay for licensing to use them. And these are all properties that were, for whatever reasons, not renewed before their deadline and thus fell into the public domain. Take notes. So, Dr. Occult debuted in DC's New Fun Comics number 6 in 1935 by Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, still waiting on getting Superman published as a newspaper strip comic. So, Richard Occult, aka the Ghost Detective, and for a while later, Dr. Mystic, is a private investigator whose focus is on cases involving the supernatural. Although Dr. Occult usually dresses in normal civilian attire, that changed after the Seven, a group of mystics, gave him battle gear to wear to confront evil alien Koth. Dr. Occult often worked with police detective Captain Ellsworth for his home city, where he found himself dealing with cases of the paranormal, and also was sometimes helped by Rose Psychic. She was possessing mystical abilities. His battles were against vampires, ghosts, zombies, mystical cults, and mad scientists who weaponized scientific methods that were functionally supernatural. But he had powers like astral projection, mystical hypnosis, teleportation, illusions, telekinesis, invisibility, intangibility, and mystical senses. He also carried an amulet that was a symbol of the Seven that can generate mystical blast, create shields, spell break its anti-magic and undo any spell, and cast minor spells. Similar to DC's John Constantine, and Dr. Occult has even guest starred in some of his stories, I believe you can dip into Dr. Occult's character roots, mixing the supernatural elements with detective noir and Depression-era period piece. Fun stuff. The Clock Key debuted in Funny Pages number 6 in November of 1936 by Centaur Publications and created by George Brenner. So this guy was a superhero precursor, hence 1936 before Superman in 1938. But Brian O'Brien is a society man and former district attorney with background in college sports, so physically and intellectually he's conditioned to fight crime. He usually left his exploits with a calling card with an image of a clock with a statement, "The clock has struck." Now, grammar Nazis will correct that to "the clock has stricken." But he has a law degree, but doesn't he know his participles? But what I see is the basic setting for a period piece where zoot suits clash on the streets in pure fisticuffs. It may need to be done in a campy fashion to effectively work, but I would still want to have serious exploration of how it can be done in a serious tone. Anyway, Ace of Space, he debuted in Feature Comics number 38 in 1940 by H. Weston Taylor and Harry Campbell. Contemporary to his 1940 debut, his New York Playboy Ace Egan persona was flying his private plane when he witnessed the landing of a red and yellow alien spaceship. A giant three-eyed yellow and red alien came out appearing to be ill. The creature wasn't able to survive in Earth's atmosphere and told Egan that his demise was inevitable. He spoke telepathically to Egan, warning him of an imminent attack by an alien race called the Slogons. Just before his passing, he handed a power belt and his ship to Ace. Ace determined then to use the ship's advanced technology and the power belt to stop criminals, alien invaders, and Nazis as an ace of space. And this 17 years before, the same formula was used in creating the Hal Jordan Green Lantern. When Ace wore the belt of power, he grew to 9 feet tall and could leap to astounding heights and had telescopic vision and telepathy. He made full use of the alien spacecraft in his crime fighting. While the origin is similar to Green Lantern's, his power set is completely different and could be effectively used in the settings of crime fighting in the streets against alien invasion or on the international scene. sky's the limit on what can be done here. Now, the Raven here we're talking about is not the female hero in Teen Titans, but he debuted in Surefire Comics Volume Number 1 in June 1940. Creator is unknown, but Detective Sergeant Danny Darton of the police, he watches as criminals who had enough money and influence would bribe their way around the justice systems, and he would don a costume, becoming the Raven. He then goes after those elusive criminals, swipes their cash, and redistributes it to the poor like Robin Hood. Over time, he expands his crusade to take down all criminals who evaded justice for various reasons. He has no powers, but is a skilled fighter and detective, carries a pistol and a pocket knife concealed inside one of his sleeves. But someone from within the criminal justice system looking to bring down criminals who should have been convicted but evaded that through bribery or illegal technicality. I enjoyed that premise in the TV series Hardcastle and McCormick, where retired Judge Hardcastle, played by Ryan Keith, goes on a similar initiative with Hot Rider McCormick, played by Daniel Hugh Kelly. That worked in the mid-'80s, and I would love to see the Raven go about that again in a well-written movie. So Lash Lightning, he debuted as Flash Lightning, and changed that because of the similarity to the Flash in DC Comics, but came out in Surefire Comics Volume 1, June 1940, by Jim Mooney and Bob Turner. American Robert Morgan goes under the tutelage of ancient Egyptian mystic called the Old Man of the Pyramids, under whom he is schooled in all the ancient and modern sciences and given the Amulet of Annihilation, the weapon of the forces of right, which he tied around his right arm. Later, Lash meets Isabel Blake while mastering the teacher's schemes and is pressed by her courage. When the teacher binds him to a device that will kill him by amping up his own electricity, he barely survives, but he in turn gives his powers to Isabel by covering her with a blast of electricity, empowering her to fight alongside him as his partner, Lightning Girl. The amulet empowers him with super strength, super speed, flight, the ability to generate electricity and radiate lightning heat, and a degree of invulnerability. He recharges his powers with electricity, and his mentor gave him this charge that his powers would work only for good. It's an intersection of ancient power and modern heroism, powered by white magic versus black magic dichotomy, the noble warrior to root for amid all the effects-laden action that could come from those themes. I'm at the box office over that. But that's my take on these public domain characters and their film potential. Agree, disagree, or something I left out? Please let me know in the comment section. If you like this video, please click like. If you like this channel, please click subscribe, maybe even noti. But the link to order the Sledge comic miniseries is in the link below in both digital and paper format. Give it a look. My Sledge number 4, it's just a matter of a few weeks before it becomes available. Keep your eye on it. But let's all look for civility amid all the bad news out there about social and political strife. Let's not hate. Let's find friends wherever we may go. Let's see any stranger as a potential friend. Everyone be safe, and God bless.